Hello students, my name is Nirbhay Jadhav and I am here to teach you physics. This lecture is for class 8 and in this lecture we are going to discuss the topic change of state in matter from the chapter matter. Okay, so let us begin with the video. So our first topic is change of state. Now why does the states change, say from solid to liquid, or say liquid to gas, or say from gas to liquid to solid, right? So the method of change of state of matter from one state to another at a constant temperature, that is known as a change of state. Okay, so whenever say from solid it is going to liquid, okay, so basically it is changing from one state to another state, okay, because of the exchange of heat energy, that is known as a change of state. Okay, so we'll start with the first one, that is a melting or a fusion. So melting or fusion is, say what, say the change from solid to liquid state on heating at constant temperature. So for assume that you are having ice. What happens to the ice when you keep in the normal temperature? After few seconds it will say start melting, and say after few minutes it will be completely converted into a liquid state. So what happens to the ice? It absorbs the energy from the surrounding and it is changing its, say, solid state to liquid state. So that is known as a melting, the change from solid to liquid, okay, on heating. But remember, we are not giving any external energy. That particular ice is taking a heat energy from the surrounding, and this change also happens at a constant temperature. So the next one is the melting point, the constant temperature at which solid changes to the liquid state. Now many of the students get confused in the melting and melting point. Remember, melting is the process, while the melting point is a particular temperature at which solid is get converted into liquid. Okay, so don't get confused in the melting and melting point. Melting is what? It is a process, while the melting point, we are talking about the fixed temperature at which particular solid is going to get converted into a liquid. Okay, so in the figure, as you can see, one ice is there and it is getting melted into a liquid form. So that is a melting or fusion. Let us quickly move to the next one, that is a freezing or solidification. That is the total opposite of melting. Okay, so what is freezing? The change from liquid to solid with the release of heat at constant temperature. In melting, what happens? Ice absorbs energy and it converts it into liquid, while in freezing it releases energy. As a result, that liquid converts into solid. While again, let me tell you, freezing is a process, while freezing point is the particular temperature at which that liquid will convert into solid. So what is the freezing point? The temperature at which a liquid freezes to solid. Say one example is there in front of you. As soon as we pour ice into the tray, what happens? It gets converted into a liquid. So we can have liquid at a 0 degree Celsius, as well as we can also have ice at 0 degree Celsius. Now if a liquid is, say, releasing heat energy, so that it will convert it into solid, that is ice. And if the ice is absorbing energy, ice is also at 0 degree Celsius, and in that case it is absorbing energy, heat energy. So in that case, what will happen to solid, that is ice? It will convert it into liquid. So both liquid and solid can have same temperature, that is 0 degree Celsius. Now it depends whether they are absorbing the heat or releasing the heat. Okay, let us quickly move to the next one, that is a vaporization or boiling. So what is vaporization? The change from liquid to its gaseous, or say vapor state on heating at a constant temperature. Say if you are cooking something, first you keep the water to boil. Maybe your you are making a recipe of tea, again you are boiling, so that liquid converted into a gaseous form, so that process is known as a vaporization. Okay, now boiling point, the fixed temperature at which boiling takes place. So in the winter, when you keep your, say for taking a bath, when you keep a water into boil, so you will at a particular temperature you will observe that the water has started to evaporate. So that particular point is a boiling point for that water, and water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. Okay, so again vaporization is the process, while the boiling point is a fixed or a particular temperature at which that vaporization or boiling will take place. So both are not the same thing. Okay, so here a figure is there in front of you. One beaker is there. In the beaker you can see the water is there, and it has been heated. So suddenly what will happen? The vapor will start to rise after it cross or say reaches to the boiling point, or say that particular temperature 100 degrees Celsius. Okay, so let us quickly move to the next one, that is a condensation. Now condensation is the opposite of say boiling. In boiling what was happening? The liquid is converted into vapor state. Now in condensation what will happen? The change from vapor to its liquid state on cooling at a constant temperature. So after cooking something, when you keep a vessel lid on it, what will happen? When you remove the vessel lid, you will find out the droplets of water are there. Now how it came? When the vapor inside the vessel is rising, it get stick to the top of the vessel, and after it cools down, it gets converted into a liquid. So that is known as a condensation. And again the next thing, that is the condensation point, the fixed temperature at which the vapor changes to its liquid state, and that point is known as a condensation point. So again don't get confused. Condensation is what? Yes, you guessed it right, that is a process, while condensation point is what? Is something while vapor is changing into liquid at that particular temperature. Okay, so here one example is there in front of you. Say when you remove a cold water from the refrigerator, or say cold bottle from the refrigerator, when you keep it aside for some time, what will happen? You will find that water droplets had surrounded on it. Again that is a condensation only. The reason is the water inside the bottle is cold, okay, while the surrounding air is warm. So whenever that warm air hit the bottle, what happens? Because of the exchange of energy, it get condensed, it get cools down, and as a result that warm air or say warm vapor converts into a liquid, and as a result you can see the water droplets. Okay, now we'll move to the next one, that is a sublimation. Now the sublimation is the process. Now it is a direct process. It is not going from solid to liquid, or say liquid to gas, or say gas to liquid, or say liquid to solid. It will directly jump the one state. Okay, the change of a solid to its vapor state directly. See, one state is skipped over here, not going from solid to liquid. It is going directly from solid to vapor state. So that is a sublimation. Now where you can see the sublimation, maybe you have seen the naphthalene ball. Naphthalene ball you will generally find in the wash basin. Maybe you are using at your house in the cupboards. Okay, so these are the naphthalene balls. So what happens when you keep these naphthalene balls? They are solid form, right? But slowly they degrade, and we don't find any liquid state here. They will directly vaporize and will go away. So again there is a one ice is also there. Can you see the gas is coming out? Okay, that is a again one more example for that, for sublimation. And the opposite of a sublimation, that is a deposition or say desublimation. In this process what happens? Say the deposition, the change of a vapor to its solid state. In sublimation it was going from solid to directly gas, that is vapor, while in deposition it will go from gas to solid directly. So you can also say that it is a reverse sublimation. Say for example, atmospheric air say sub-freezes, what happens? Directly it will get converted into a ice. So generally it was atmospheric air, it contains the water vapor, right? So because of that cool breeze, what happens? It directly gets converted into ice. So again, from vapor, that water vapor, it gets converted into ice. So directly jump from one state to another. You are skipping the one state, that's the liquid one state is skipped. Okay, so that is a deposition. Now let us understand this sublimation and say desublimation from one example. So here is the experiment. We took ammonium chloride and salt. Okay, the mixture is there on the china plate and kept it on the tripod stand. And now we'll say put the funnel and invert the funnel and keep it, and the top hole will cover it with the cotton. This top hole will cover it with the cotton. Now start giving the temperature. Now you will see that these are in a solid particle, right? Ammonium chloride. And when you start giving heat, they directly gets converted from solid to vapor. Okay, can you see this arrow? It is given a vapors of ammonium chloride. So again, it is getting from solid to directly to the vapor, that is a sublimation. Now this vapor when rises, what happens? It gets stick to the top of this funnel and directly it forms a, say it gets solidified. So look at this arrow, it is saying that it is a solidified ammonium chloride. So both this process, sublimation and desublimation, you can see in this experiment. Okay, so let us quickly move to the next one, that is a evaporation. Now what is evaporation? The change of a liquid to its vapor state at any temperature. Now in the last boiling, what we studied, the change of a liquid to its vapor state at constant temperature. Okay, remember in boiling what we studied? Obviously the same thing is going to happen in the boiling, but the difference is in evaporation at any temperature it can takes place, while in the boiling it will only happen at a particular or say at a constant temperature. That is the basic difference between the boiling and evaporation. Yes, the change of state is same, both are getting converted from liquid to vapor, but the difference is in boiling constant temperature only we can get the boil, while evaporation can takes place at any point. To understand this, or say to understand the difference between the evaporation and boiling, we have a two figure in front of us. Evaporation will always occur at the say top or say surface of a liquid, while the boiling will occur in the entire liquid. Say if water is boiled, okay, and you are taking that boiled water and going for a bath. Okay, so first tumbler you took the filled water with the tumbler and you are putting on your body. So that is a hot water. And at the end water if you will put na, still it is a hot one. But have you saw when in the summer season when you are going to say enjoy in the beach, okay, so obviously the sun is there, it is sunny, okay, but when you enter into the ocean, what happens? You feel like water is cold, still the evaporation is going there, but evaporation is only taking place from the surface. Okay, so it is not in the entire water or an entire liquid, it will only take place on the surface of the water. So as a result, while the boiling entire liquid gets boiled or say entire liquid is hot, while in the evaporation only the surface molecules are hot. And obviously if I give you one more example, if someone serves you very hot tea, what you do? You blow the air, right? So the vapors are moving away. So what happens? The top molecules of that tea will convert or say take the heat with them into the form of a vapor. As a result, your tea will get say cold. Okay, so that is the difference between the evaporation and boiling. So let us move to the next one. So this is the say summary type. Say solid, if you give a temperature to a solid, it gets converted to liquid, so that is known as a melting. Now still, if you give a heat to a liquid, it gets converted into gas, that is known as a vaporization. Now when the gas is cooled, it gets converted into liquid, that is a condensation. And still, if you cool down the liquid, it gets converted into solid, that is the freezing. And directly solid to gas, that is known as a sublimation, while directly from gas to solid, that is known as a reverse sublimation or say desublimation. Okay, I hope you have understood this lecture and have no doubts in this chapter or say this topic. If you have any doubt, please be free to comment in the comment box. Thank you.